NASCAR is talking about changing the chase for the Sprint Cup Championship. And at the end of this vlog, and don't hate because it's my first time trying to draw flags on a UCAM, I'll explain what they mean. You might figure it out. NASCAR Chairman Brian France, who, frankly, if NASCAR starts a series in Russia, I suggest he be sent over to lead it so he can't mess with what they got. But first thing they're saying is let's go from 12 to 16 in the chase. I'm okay with that. Granted, that would virtually guarantee anybody that runs all the races and wins a race during the regular season gets in the chase. I'm frankly okay with that. I'm guessing they would take the top 10 or 12 in points, plus anybody that would win a race during the season and finish in the top 20 in points. But here's where it gets interesting. I don't know that for sure because this article doesn't, and of course it cites anonymous sources. I believe this is the Charlotte Observer, because I got it out of the Louisville paper. NASCAR is considering eliminations during the 10-race chase. The proposed eliminations would drop the lowest 4 drivers after the 3rd, 6th, and 9th races. Now, frankly, after the 3rd race, if you're 9th through 12th, you don't have much of a chance anyway. So that's not a bad thing. Then after the 6th race, 4 more, they probably wouldn't have a chance anyway. So maybe that's not a bad thing. But here's where it gets dicey. After the 9th race, they're going to go down to 4 drivers in contention. Now, even under the old point system, there's been more than 4 drivers in contention going into the last race of the season. Here's another part where it gets dicey. Are you telling me that one bad pit stop, somebody builds a point lead, could cost them the championship? A NASCAR championship, at least in the modern era, okay, let's clarify that, which is classified as 1972 to present when they went down to 30-something races a year, has never been decided that way, and frankly it shouldn't. But basically it would be a winner take all. But here's one that could be interesting. It is possible not to win a race, but it's possible and get less points than somebody in the race, but it's possible for the 4th place finisher to get more points than the 3rd place finisher. 1 point per position, 1 point for leading a lap, 1 point for leading the most laps. Well, let's say 3rd does not lead a lap, has a good run, finishes 3rd. Let's say 4th leads a lap and leads the most laps. That's 2 extra points. So he gets 4th, we get 1 more point than 3rd. And here's something to think about. Could a championship literally be decided by a blown inspector call on pit road? I think back, and I don't even remember what race it was at, to a Jimmy Johnson pit stop where the inspector is pointing to the right rear tire and then waves it off. But before he waves it off, Chad Canal smartly sends the tire changer back to check it. That cost him some time, and I know people hate on Chad Canals, and disclaimer, I'm a Junior fan, so I'm a Hendrick fan, but that was just wrong to do that. Because obviously, Chad Canals did not want to have Jimmy Johnson come back in, so could it be a blown inspector call? I mean, there's so many things wrong with us. Now, then I'm going to explain the black and red flag. Well, as most of you that's watched practice sessions know, the black and red flags end them. Well, my black and red flags is for ending the idea of having the chase settled like that in the last race. Again, don't hate. I'm not an artist. I was just playing with UCAM effects.